agora agora muda agora fiz essa mulher essa área agora filho ligado mas ele me agora controlado me dele tá casa igiga tá casa igiga.
Does human meat cut easily with bamboo? Is it harder or same as pig? So it's about the same as butchering a human. Use the same knives, cuts easy, then you take it home and eat it.
Cooking techniques amongst the Biami have remained the same for centuries.
I've just cut this out of a pig. And in the old days, they say, we would have been cutting this out of a human.
They cook the pig meat exactly how they cooked human meat in the past. To begin with, they place the limbs on an open fire.
Right now, we're just searing the meat to seal the juices in, I guess. And when the flames come up a bit, we're going to singe off all of the hair from the rest of the carcass.
While the men prepare the meat, the women prepare the vegetables, in this case sweet potatoes and yams. The Biami traditionally build an oven called a mumu, which starts with a pit filled with red-hot rocks. The vegetables and seared flesh is placed on top of the rocks.
At the moment, we are getting like a pork sauna from the steam, but in 30 minutes, we will have good food to eat. And I'm looking forward to it.
Sharing food with other villages, whether human meat or just pig meat like this, has always been an important part of strengthening alliances.
I've just been given a choice cut, and this is the first bit of meat that anyone's eating, so I feel really honoured. Defir. Oh, that's good. I feel like I've earned this. I've helped cut it up. I've joined in making a mumu, hot rocks all over the place, burnt my fingers, and now I'm reaping the reward. This is look at the beautiful chunk of meat. This is really precious. I'm really honoured. And God, it tastes good.
Nothing goes to waste when they kill something as valuable as a pig. My hosts are keen for me to sample more than just the prime cuts.
Okay. All right, let's give it a go. This is a pig's eye. Do you eat the whole thing in one? Do you eat the whole thing? Bite? The whole thing. I've just been given the pig's eyeball, and I guess it would be rude not to. No. That's an eyeball. I'm eating an eyeball. I don't believe it. Okay, one more time. It's chewy, and every time you chew, a jet of fluid comes out. It's a little bit challenging, but it's good. Thank you. Defir. It's protein, and that's what counts out here.
It feels like a good time to ask more about their cannibalistic past.
Have you eaten human meat?
Mai. Ah, from mai.
Did it taste as good as pig?
Kepu hai tang kwai man. Similar to the pig. Na mai. Na ko nya lo. Na ko bo na dam da kepu nya ber dal mai. Tu me hu nya hai ni. Na da kepu ya lo digri mai. Afan mai. Ye di fa la se. Tu ka fa la se. Ma to fa mai. Uta fa. Uta fa.
So he's eaten one man
One man,
and one woman.
one woman.
Is there any difference between the taste of a man and a woman?
Ila de fele.
Did anyone ever eat a white man?
Na tai tu ni ya hame ta. Ili de guta fa fa na tai tu hame tu.
Okay, so you've never seen a white man, so you didn't have the opportunity of eating a white man. That's fair enough.
I've already learnt that other tribes in Papua New Guinea practiced cannibalism on suspected sorcerers. I'm curious as to whether the Biami's motivations are the same.
Could I ask you, why did you eat human meat? What was the reason?
Amada ni mo uta fa ni mai. Ko ber mai ilia. Amaya ya amuta pe ni ya se fa.
How about the man he ate? What was the reason there?
Tu no mai mera. Ya ha be mai. Wa mu ni mo da wa mu mi si ni da. Tu no ma fa ni da ha be dai ma. Ha be dai da. Ma ga lo mu na ni da. Ama fi ki.
So sorcery.
Sorry, yes.
Sorcery.
That's right.
And did anyone ever eat in the old days? Did anyone ever eat just because they wanted meat? Did they ever hunt and kill someone just for meat? It's either because of payback, revenge, or because of sorcery, because a magic man has caused someone to die, so the magic man must die.
That's right.
But never just because of hunger.
Actually, yeah.
Never just because of hunger.
No.
Despite claims that the Biami would eat humans purely for their meat, nobody here will admit to it. I wonder whether killing people just for the meat is seen as somehow crossing a line, something this generation does not want to be associated with.
What's strange is that after a few weeks out here, I'm starting to think of cannibalism as something normal, because for them it was. If I had grown up here and was in this culture, I certainly would have joined in. And therefore I can really see that if you're hungry and you eat other meat, human meat is meat. But I can't quite get out of my head that sense of the cutting up of a human body is like a psychopathic murder scene, because that's what it is in my culture. So I don't think I could have done that.
The arrival of Christian missionaries helped play a part in the decline of cannibalism amongst the Biami.
It's just after 6 in the morning, and the pastor has blown his horn, and that's the signal, I'm told, for most of the village to go to church.
The original Biami belief system involved worshipping the spirits of ancestors. Today, over 90% of Papua New Guinea's population are members of a Christian church.
It's kind of strange seeing a Christian church service after having seen all of these people dressed in traditional war paint and holding all their bows and arrows, and then in the mix is Christianity. Odd. Very odd.
Christian missionaries are often accused of destroying cultural identities, and they've clearly had an impact here. Pastor Dawe wasn't always a Christian. I'm interested in how important he feels Christianity is to the Biami in this region.
What do you think would happen here in this village if Christianity disappeared in the future? What would happen? That's amazing. I've just been to a church service led by a man who has eaten human meat. And what a journey he's been on, and now he's a pastor. And he's absolutely convinced that if he stops preaching and Christianity disappears from this area, that cannibalism and fighting and all the dark old bad days will come back.
It's the Biami themselves who sometimes refer to the past as the dark old days, the days when there was much fear of witchcraft. During Sing Sings, the song leader would claim to identify a suspected sorcerer. This would lead to the accused being killed and eaten. The arrival of Christian missionaries in Papua New Guinea may have helped bring cannibalism to an end, but they did not bring an end to the killing of suspected magic men. Before I leave Negaday, I want to find out if song leader Tidikawa is still able to identify sorcerers. But when I find him, I learn he's become ill with malaria.
He's really not well at all, and he's flat out, and he's running quite a high fever. So, is he okay? He's been sweating all night, and he hasn't got much sleep, but he's very kindly agreed to come out and talk about the old days and what goes on at a Sing Sing.
First, I want to know exactly how Tidikawa identified sorcerers, something that led to their cannibalization.
Could I ask, can you describe to me what happens for you in the Sing Sing? Did it become difficult to do Sing Sings and difficult to heal people, or what changed when the missionaries arrived?
With no one to join his Sing Sings, Tidikawa has lost his connection with the spirit world.
When was the last time you saw your spirit guide, the lady?
Tidikawa is no longer able to identify sorcerers. I'm interested if he believes the Biami could ever go back to practicing cannibalism.
Thank you. Sleep well.
Despite there still being some fear of sorcery in the areas I've visited, cannibalism appears to be long in the past. As for finding communities even deeper in the jungles of Papua New Guinea, which still eat human meat, that's another journey.